ladies and gentlemen.
Right at the convergence of the Three Rivers on Art Rooney Drive, we welcome you to Heinz Field in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Minnesota Vikings and the Pittsburgh Steelers. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
Set 70, Indy. You gotta get the now. The ball on stick.
Now a handoff looking right. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
Ready. AT Gator. He can't hang. He's not
going to give this time to the tailback. Call it an 8-yard pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
You got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
This defense looking for an early stop. This is 3rd down and 6.
Hey, Haywood. 50 seconds.
They'll drop to throw. A bullet throw, but incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is brought in at the 21. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here. 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This one complete to Devin Funchess. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh 1st.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Break. 44 is Mike. Check. Get your swerve on.
They'll run for the first time with Phillip Lindsay. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 45-yard line.
Ready, set. 42, Mike, 42. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
On second down now, it's Lindsey. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. They get 9 yards back on the run there, and they're left with a much more makeable 3rd and 2. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Back to throw here. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on 3rd down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
You draw quarters.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Got an open man. It's Washington. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
60 Pittsburgh. That's track. Check. General West. Go. Let's go.
They'll set up to throw. That he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Danielle Hunter. He's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. On 2nd down, a run with Lindsey. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down. I was pretty surprised there when they lined up to run it on 2nd and long, but it worked out for them.
It certainly did, and that requires some confidence, some fortitude, and a little bit of hope, doesn't it? You hope you catch the defense just right and break off a big run to help yourself out on the next down.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Danielle Hunter in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. but then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down.
X3, 218, chop it.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Ready?
Mike, 56, right there, 56. You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want none.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Pick up the ball. Hey, alert 3.
They'll look to throw here. And this is caught by Watkins. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Set, ready? 60 or.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Mike 56. Mike 56. Yo,
Recrip.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And now it's the punter Weil on as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one caught by Ridley.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line. 2nd and a yard. 2nd and 1. Funches has it complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Pilot, 64, weak. 2.
They'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender.
Coming after you.
ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Switch gears.
On second down, it's Lindsey. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
All right, Brand, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
Hey, watch it, watch it. Show it up, show it up.
Coaching spell.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Go now. 18 Gator.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
Ready?
They'll try and run for it with Lindsey. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
That's good for a Steelers first down. First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Steelers 3, Vikings nothing.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Double dog, that's the way.
And they give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
Ready.
Mike by two. Hey, defense, let's go. Watch this.
Right back to him on first down. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not, because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
On the ready.
56, Mike, 56. I'm scared.
80 weapons.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he slings one that's incomplete. Sammy Watkins, the intended target, and it's third down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
56 is the mic.
Let go.
They'll set up a throw. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
Let's go.
Some boos coming down right now from this home crowd after that call.
Yeah, and that was because of the pass interference call, but for a second there I thought maybe they'd gotten a look at my appearance as Othello in the high school play.
You were Othello?
Not a good one, let me tell you.
Ready? 90, Wolf.
52 right here. 52. Coming to you, coming to you. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
Recon, 132 fighter. Gone.
Crash.
Steve Griffin.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on 1st down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
2nd and 5. It's complete to Diggs. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 3rd down.
Ready to break.
56 for Mike, boy. 56. Check, 56. Go.
Now.
He'll look to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get the 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
Here we go. 60 or.
Check. Cross.
Topper. Hey. High 7.
2nd and 11. Washington's got it. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. They just do get the play off as he'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Dexter Lawrence gets in there to drop him for a loss of 13 yards, and it's also 4th down now. The Steelers send out their punter now, as his first punt will come from inside his own end zone. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. It'll be a 48-yard punt. 5 there on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing. But when you're trying to set the pace, get up on top in a game, you've got to show better offense and find a way to put some points on the board.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 45-yard line.
Set. 10-2 stop.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And Diggs has it. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
The Vikings on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11.
Hey, Alpha.
56.
He'll look to throw. And he's able to find Diggs. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down.
But we always hear about the connections some quarterbacks have with certain receivers. I think this guy has a connection with just about everyone. Didn't mind throwing it in there against double coverage to him.
Shows some confidence, supreme confidence.
Big-time confidence that he would make the play for him, and he did.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
You got nothing.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Brought down by the cornerback, William Jackson. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
2nd and 9 now. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. First red zone chance now for the Vikings. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15.
Hey. Big rip.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. 'Cause 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 'cause' 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 'cause'
Here we go, here we go. 15, Ronnie. 15 Ronnie. Go.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
5.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Second and 13. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. T.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game.
And the ball is knocked out, and the Vikings pick up the football. And he's going to score. It's a Viking touchdown. The pass receiver turned into a runner, then he turned into a fumbler, and it goes the other way for 6.
I love your description. Although for the offense, they're not too happy about it. But for the defense, what a big-time play for them. Never give up on anything. Sometimes you create your own points.
But the receiver, hard to fault him. He's just going for extra yards.
That's exactly what you're supposed to do, but you have to take care of the football.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38.
First and 10 at the 37-yard line.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. They'll get this out quickly to Campbell. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them.
Let's go. 60 or.
You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares.
Get.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. He wipes out the penalty yardage with a good run to get it back to 2nd and 7.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Vikings 19-yard line.
Break.
Watch 57.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Got his man. That's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Devin Funchess, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Boswell good with the extra point, and that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Ready, set.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. This is taken at the 3. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to be...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Hey, Delta.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And this one's incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. And it's 2nd down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
Chip. Roll out.
Second and 10. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Go. Hey, echo.
56, Mike, 56.
And the blitz does come. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jatavis Brown. Not that time for Watkins. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Yeah. You don't want none. Shoot!
Smoke. Shoot.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. It's caught by Funchess. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. It'll be a gain of 17 at a Pittsburgh first. This quarterback now 13 of 15 passing. That's good for 87%. It's 1st and 10. They'll set up to throw. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. 12 yards that time at a Pittsburgh first.
Steelers first down. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Go. Ready.
He'll drop to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off at the 23. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ballgame.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning, threw 28 his rookie year.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. He was looking for Watkins that time.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do.
Down. 50, plant.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
2nd and 15. They'll find Lindsey here. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Man, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
And the Vikings are going to beef up their secondary here. 6 DBs on 3rd.
Hey, Zoo.
They'll look to throw here. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A good pickup there at 22.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
This quarterback now nearing the 300-yard mark with still a quarter to play. It's first and 10.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. Go.
Back to throw here. Funches has it complete. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
The 17-yard line.
This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a first and 10.
61, matchbox lights.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I'll just figure there's something wrong with the football.
Let's
4
go.
yards on that last completion, so that sets up second and 6.
36, 36.
Check the X3. 218, chopper.
They'll run. It's Lindsey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down.
No gain on the play. Brings up third down and 5.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down.
Check. Pilot, 64, weak. Look at me. Zipper. Bravo. Now.
They're going to look to throw. Being chased out left. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
Boswell's kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
16 yards. And the Vikings first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Small, no.
49, check 49, check 49.
And he'll give it here to his running back. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that. Success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
At the 45-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Be a long day for you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
Here we go, set, 70, Indy.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Fight.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got Smith here. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Woo! Mike 56. Mike 56. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Looking to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down.
They should have put the coverage guys in a stress on that one. They thought they were going deep. Ends up curling inside for a nice chunk of yardage.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Vikings.
Down.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Switch, switch, switch. Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. They go.
And to give this time to the tailback. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
On the double.
Watch Mike, watch Mike. 65, 65, 65.
Big grip, big grip.
And he'll give it here to his running back. There he goes, left side. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Vikings are going to retake the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken very short. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At their own 41-yard line.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Coaching spell.
They'll start on the ground with Lindsey. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Ready? 50. Plant.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go, D. Here I come again.
Now.
They'll look to throw now on first down. Complete to Washington. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
All day. All day.
Shoot.
First carry for James Conner. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
Here we go.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Blue down. Blue down.
22 jet bombers. 22 jets. Let's go.
Again, it's Conner. And he'll get about 3 just outside the 10, stopped at the 11.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And the Steelers on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Now back to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Boswell's kick is good. And that'll bring him back within a point. So with that field goal, this one's now back within a field goal. Maybe not the ultimate result they wanted, but gets them that much closer.
This game is unfolding like a really good book, isn't it? Because I feel like there's a few more plot twists yet to be revealed before this one is over.
Get ready. Get ready. Get ready.
At their own 23-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. I guess the good news as they start this drive is that they still do have the lead, Charles. If their defense hadn't been able to hold them to a field goal on the other side, they'd be down. But now it's about preserving that very small lead.
It is preserving and maybe stretching it out a little bit, because if you're a starter on that side of the ball, I certainly hope you didn't loosen up your shoulder pads or start to cut the tape off, because if you did it way too soon. They've got to go back out there with renewed vigor, for lack of a better term, and also a good plan. They need points, and they need them now.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 22-yard line.
Ready.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go, D. All day. Defense. All day. All day.
Get it.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 8.
Let me know right now.
Hey, foxtrot.
56 the muck, boy. 56. Check 56. Let's go, D.
They'll set up a throw. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the first down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You're talking about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
Second and long. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
And while we're seeing more and more of these plays come from the college game into the NFL, and that one, it was run with great success, how about the evolution of the offensive linemen? We're seeing less and less big guys who can't move and more guys who are a lot more mobile and can get out in front of that type of a play.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Let him know.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
They'll look to throw. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. He has a first down, and that catch will also put him over 100 yards receiving now on the afternoon.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Set, ready, 50, plant.
You ain't doing nothing today. You ain't doing nothing.
Recon, 132 fighter. Let's go.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there at a first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
Ready.
On first and 10 is counter. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
We own them. Hey, Haywood. Get it.
They'll drop the throw. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 14. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Up to make the play defensively, Tre'Davious White. You know, I was going to ask you if maybe they should surprise and pass the ball, but where they're at on the field, I think keep it on the ground, right?
I like where you're going with this one because field position is going to determine these play calls. And backed up where they are, I don't even think about putting the ball in the air. I tell my running backs, grasp the football, and I tell my offensive line, don't allow any leaks so they get hit immediately when we hand it off.
Check 26, check 26.
Check 9, check 9.
Look, squeeze.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a third down. And it looks like this will be the last play before the 2-minute warning.
Go.
Fourth quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. They'll look to throw. Eluding, and he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. T.J. Watt racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Taken right around the 44. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over. They are on to the fourth quarter in Jacksonville. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hold on, a victory there would be their third of the year. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Let's go now. 60 yards. Whip. 6-6. Pull it high.
He's back to throw. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. They come out here in the eye. And the question now, how do they want to work the clock here on 1st and goal? A field goal would give them the late lead. They'll look to run with Connor. Nothing doing there. They're going to wind up holding him at the 2. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
And 2 stop. Watch take the 2.
They'll try to run it. This is Connor. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Here we go, here we go. 30 base.
They'll try to surge ahead with Connor. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. James Conner in the final minute. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. And now the Steeler offense staying out there. And they'll go for 2.
Look at me. Door. Ready?
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So the 2-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Down.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. One possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. William Jackson with a pick.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good